paint with some Bob Ross. Start over. Here's my key. Happy birthday.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross. I'd like to welcome you to The Joy of Painting. This is a 1-hour instructional tape designed to take you step by step through a beautiful painting project. On this tape, we will paint a picture which has never been seen on the Joy of Painting television series, and we'll have sufficient time to demonstrate in detail the various steps and procedures used to create individual effects. Think of this tape as a private lesson in my studio, and I've reserved this front row seat just for you. To start off, I suggest you get a tall glass of iced tea, sit back, and view the tape in its entirety before you begin painting.
We're going to wing it. We're going to wing it, Bob.
You will have a preconceived idea in your mind of how the painting progresses and how individual effects are achieved.
We'll be good.
If any procedure is unclear to you, you may run the tape back and see it again to see exactly how a particular effect was made. Pay close attention to the way tools are loaded to achieve certain effects. A great deal of the magic occurs right here on the palette. Take your time and work at your own pace. Speed will come with practice. This is the project we'll be painting today.
Whoa!
I think you will find this painting fun as well as an excellent learning experience. I strongly suggest that you use this painting only as a guide and add your own ideas to it.
Okay.
We each see nature through different eyes, and your painting should reflect your visions, your personality. Devote some time to practice and become familiar with each piece of
Max,
equipment.
thank you for that
And
5-pack.
very
I
soon,
appreciate it.
you too will
Let me know if you'd
experience
like a
the joy
balloon
of
art.
painting. Before we get started, let's put a complete supply list on the screen, listing all the materials you need to paint this fantastic scene with me. Then I'll be back in just a second.
What? Oh. He meant just MS Paint. Just need MS Paint. Do you want me to flip-flop them? Do you want me to make Bob the big one and my painting small? I can flip-flop them. Flop. Long pause here. Oh my god, this is a long pause, Bob. How long do you think it takes us to read this? My painting big? Okay. Okay, Bob took the longest pause in the world. Oh, he's showing us more and more things. I need all those colors as well. All right, Bob.
Painting knives that we'll be using. We'll use 2. Good. Tell you what, though, before we get started, let me take just a moment of your time and talk a little bit about the equipment that we're going to be using today. First of all, the main 2 brushes that we'll use. We have here a 2-inch and a 1-inch natural bristle brush. I know these may look like house painting brushes, but these are high-quality artist brushes designed specifically for this technique.
Watercolor brush.
Don't confuse these with synthetic brushes such as nylon, polyester, etc. It absolutely won't work. The painting knives that we'll be using. We'll use 2 different knives. We have a number 10 knife, which is the larger of the 2.
Knives?
And a number 5 knife.
Well,
it's
we have
basically
an
the same
eraser.
knife, only smaller, and it allows you to get into smaller areas and do detail work. With these knives, you can create unbelievable effects. You can paint mountains and trees and roads and stones, rocks, houses. It's unreal what you can do with those son of a guns. We'll be using fan brush. This is a number 6 fan brush right here. Now, this is a bristle fan brush. It's quite firm, has a lot of spring to it. It's not a soft little delicate brush. It's quite stiff. With that, you can do such things as clouds, trees, waterfalls, a multitude of beautiful effects just using a fan brush. Also, in the way of brushes, we'll be using a number 2 script liner brush. Now, this is the brush that we use to do fine detail, and most important, this is the brush that we use to sign our completed painting. Some of the other things that we'll use. Liquid white. Liquid white is a thin oil-based coat. With this, we cover the canvas to make it wet, make it slick. It allows us to literally blend color right on the canvas rather than working ourselves to death on the palette. The paints that we use. The paints that we use are specifically designed for this technique of painting. They're much firmer and dry than normal paint. If you use a loose, slippery paint, you're going to end up being a mud mixer and you're going to be upset with me. Purchase a paint that's designed for this specific technique. It needs to be firm and dry. I can't say that enough. Other pieces of equipment that will make your job easier. The palette that you use. I like a plexiglass palette, and you need a palette that's big enough to give you sufficient work area when you're using big brushes. Because with a brush this big, you need a nice area to work in. If you've got a little teeny palette, you're gonna kill yourself trying to stay in this little area. Get you a nice big palette. It really will work fine. Plexiglass makes a good palette. Now, normally it's very clear. I've scuffed this one up so it doesn't shine on TV. But normally they're crystal clear. Okay? Also, another thing that will help you, because if you've watched the television series, you know I beat the brush against the leg of the easel, and paint thinner goes everywhere. Can ruin a happy marriage in a heartbeat. This is called a brush beater rack, and it's just a little wire rack that goes in the bottom of a waste paper basket. And you shake the brush inside of the basket, then you beat the devil out of it right on these little wire things here, right across this rack. And it contains all of your brush cleaning procedure inside of the bucket. It'll keep you from covering your whole room and getting everybody covered with paint thinner. I really think it's a good investment. It's a very cheap little thing. So I tell you what, let's take off and we'll get started here today. As we mentioned earlier, normally the first thing we always do is cover the entire canvas with a thin, even coat of the liquid white.
Long.
So we'll just dip the old 2-inch brush right into the liquid white, about like so, and we can go right up here and
wait,
begin
Bob!
covering the
Bob,
canvas.
wait, Bob!
All we're looking for is just a nice, thin, even coat. Just really work it in. Just cover the canvas with it. Just cover the entire canvas. Probably the most common mistake made is applying too much of the liquid white. All you want is just enough to cover the entire canvas. If you think you may have a little too much liquid white, one of the easiest ways to make sure, clean and dry your brush, and then go back over the entire canvas with a clean, dry brush. That'll pick up any excess liquid white, and your canvas will be just right then. Just right. Okay. Just really scrub that off. There we go.
Hello? I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Now, one thing that'll help, I use a canvas
Hello?
that's very smooth. Some people like canvas that has a little more tooth to it, a little more nap to it. I like a smooth canvas, but I also use a canvas that has a gray primer, and that way you can tell exactly where your liquid white is. Now, if you don't have a canvas that has a gray primer, it's just a white primer, a little
Bob.
trick that you can do is take a little bit of liquid black and just put a tiny little bit into your liquid white, and it'll give it a gray cast. And then when you paint your white canvas, you can tell exactly where it's covered. Okay, long horizontal and vertical strokes, just to assure that you have a nice, even coating of liquid white over the entire surface. And you're ready to go. We can wash our brush.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Now we wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. And I really, really recommend you use odorless thinner. There's a screen down here in the bottom of this bucket. Scrub the bristles against the screen, the solid material settle to the bottom, and your paint thinner, it remains relatively clean. Shake off the excess, then
Spoon, if you did a tip,
and that's
it
the fun
didn't.
part of this whole
It
technique.
hasn't like shown
Tell you
up,
what, let's
so
make
it's
a
like
happy little
asleep.
sky.
I went and I
And for
checked.
that,
Oh, I see it in my
I'm right
email
into
though.
a touch of phthalo blue.
I see that you did it
Just
on my email.
a little bit. Just pull a little bit of the color out, and then tap the bristles firmly into the color.
bad it
This
doesn't
will
show me the message in
assure
the
a
email.
nice, even distribution of paint all the way through the bristles.
Heck.
It does not take much color, just a little. Okay, let's go right up here. Now then, just using little crisscross strokes. Begin laying in a basic sky. And start at the top and work downward. That way your brush will pick up the liquid white, and automatically, your color gets lighter toward the horizon.
Yeah.
Let the canvas work. Let the liquid white work.
Yes.
Let your brush work.
I put the white on there. I did.
You just enjoy. Because painting should make you happy. Should be a fun experience. And you can always add a little more color. Start with very little color. You can always go back and add a little more. That's very simple. It's a son of a gun to try to take it off, though. You can do it, but it's very difficult.
Look at that.
Okay. And that quickly we've laid in a happy little sky.
Happy little sky.
That easy. Okay, now then, while we have this brush dirty, let's have a little touch of water in this painting. I love water, and it's always fun to do. So I'm going to go right back into my
Look at our happy little
reach
sky.
right over here and grab a touch.
Like a little bit of.
Just a touch.
We don't get the privilege of having
green.
like.
Don't need much of that.
We have to add our own different colors.
Just a touch. Phthalo blue and phthalo green, and just tap it into the bristles again. Okay. Now decide where you want
like a
water
smear
to be,
button?
and pull from the outside in. Start on the outside, pull in. Start on the bottom, work up.
You're going too
so it
fast.
gets lighter and lighter toward the horizon. Now see, if you start here and go over, it leaves a very distinct line, which is hard to blend out. There we go. But you can if you happen to forget. But blend from the outside in, and leave a little area open right in here.
All right, I
Look like a little sheen of light coming across the water when we're done.
A little open.
Start at the bottom.
Okay.
Work upward. Let it get lighter and lighter toward the top.
I think my sky. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Lighter and lighter. Just like so. There we go. See how easy that is?
Bob, my brush is not that big.
That's all there is to it.
Hold on. Okay, I got a bigger.
I have several
spray
brushes
can.
going, and you'll find that saves you a lot of time and a
little bit of a different effect,
lot of money and wasted paint if you have several brushes. If you have one for dark color and one for light, otherwise your good
Bob, I
paint's
gotta
gonna end
catch
up
up
down
a
here in
little
this
bit.
washer bucket.
Oh, Bob, you
Okay,
are
clean
really,
brush, and I'm
really
just gonna
painted a lot.
blend right across here,
Fine.
very lightly. I don't want to lose this light area, but I just want to bring it all together, just like so. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh, panicking. It's fine.
And that's ready, all fixed up. Now if you just have a tiny bit of paint on your brush, you can just wrap it like that, and it'll take that paint off. Okay, let's use the fan brush today. We'll build a happy little cloud. Let's go right into titanium white. And I'm going to reach down here, be right back, get the least little touch, a little bit more of the bright red. I want to put a little sunlight in these clouds. I want to make a happy little cloud today. Happy little cloud.
Yeah,
okay.
let's edit that.
Decide
white
where your
a little
cloud lives. Maybe he lives right in here.
White
Take the corner of the brush and just make tiny little circles. Tiny little circles, round and around and around.
Yeah, there we go.
Don't stay in one place and keep working. If you just stay in one place here and keep grinding the paint, you're going to end up with big cotton balls up in the sky. Now you can also do this just as well with a 1-inch brush or 2-inch brush. 2-inch brush makes fantastic clouds.
Oh, look at that cloud.
Okay, now with a clean, dry 2-inch brush, use the top corner of the brush, and you want to blend just the base of these clouds out. Not touching the top yet, just blend. See, very lightly, very lightly.
I need to add more sky.
Just like so. Just barely blending.
Look at that cloud.
Okay,
Oh,
now we're
that's
going to
such
fluff
a
it.
happy little
And
cloud.
this, we're going to do it in big circular patterns. Grab
some
it
more sky, though.
gently and fluff it upward. Just fluff it.
Yeah, my
And you're
cloud
going to
looks.
pull up little stringy things when you do that. Don't worry about them, because when you go across, they just go away. And that easy. You have one beautiful little cloud.
Yeah, look at that beautiful little
Maybe
cloud.
we'll put another happy little cloud in here. Maybe this other cloud, maybe he lives right over here. Same thing, tiny little
There's just
circles.
a lot of big white gaps.
And just drop him
But
in.
you want a
Where do you
second
think
cloud?
he should
Hold
live?
on,
He lives
Bob.
right there. And in your world, you put a cloud where you want it.
Okay.
You don't
This is my
necessarily
world.
need to put a cloud where I do. You put it where you think. If you think it
My world.
lives somewhere else, and that's where it ought to be.
Okay. Oh, wait, I lost my custom off-white.
Gently lift it.
Okay, that's good.
And very lightly, just go across it. And that easy. You got another happy little cloud right there. Absolutely no problem.
That's a different brush.
Okay,
All right, we got two different brushes, clouds.
Okay, I just have some paper towels over here that I clean the brushes on. Okay.
I do not like that noise.
Wipe it off and we're in business. Let's build, maybe way back in here there's just a small little mountain that lives. So let's take a touch of Prussian blue, a little bit of midnight black. We're going to get a little touch of alizarin crimson. So we got
my
blue,
knife.
black, alizarin crimson.
I got a knife.
Maybe even a little Van Dyke brown. What the heck?
What the
What
heck?
the heck? Just drop it in.
What the
That
heck?
covers.
Just drop it in. Okay.
Okay, pull the paint out
You
as
want
flat
like
as you can get it.
a
Just
dark?
really mash down hard.
Yeah.
Then take your knife and cut across.
Okay.
See there? Get that little roll of paint. This knife has a straight edge on it. And by having a straight edge, it's very easy to load it. It's going up here.
Okay.
Okay. And then maybe
Thank
our
you,
little mountain.
Miles.
Yeah, I got to make a big decision here. Maybe he lives.
A
right
big
here.
decision?
Floats around in the clouds. Push very firmly. Very firmly.
Okay, there's
We're
my
trying to push
line.
this color right into the fabric.
That's markers.
And you just decide where you want little bumps to live. See, there's one. Wherever.
Markers.
Wherever you want them. Maybe there's a happy little thing lives right there.
So happy.
Scrape off all the excess paint. Just really get in there and scrape hard. You can't hurt this. Just scrape it off. The
Can't
only
hurt
thing
it.
we're worried about is this nice outside edge. In here, we could care less. Now then, with a 2-inch brush, I want to grab this. And because of the liquid white,
Wait, when did
canvas
we?
is wet,
Whoa.
you can pull this.
Oh,
and
no.
move it.
I
And just move it. Remember?
need another
You
line.
can see the entire mountain. It's always more distinct at the top than it is at the bottom. And by doing this, that will happen automatically,
Okay, Bob.
just like so. See, just let it sort of float off in the sky there. There we go. Because this is a very firm paint, you can blend right over it. Okay.
Yeah, very firm
Now then,
paint.
Maybe
Look at me
there's
blending.
maybe there's some snow on that little mountain, so we can take some titanium
Snow?
white and once again pull it out as flat as you can get it. Just really pull it out. Then go across, get that little roll of paint. See, there he is. Tiny little roll of paint. Let's go up here. Okay, now then, right along in here. Take the point of the knife, put it right up at the top of the mountain. No pressure. Just let it float.
Oh, God.
Just let it float right down the side of the mountain there. No pressure. See? Follow the angles in the mountain. Absolutely no pressure. Okay, maybe right here. Think where light would strike. Think where the sun would shine through here and create all these beautiful little effects. And if you're right-handed, it's normally easier for the
It's
light to
my
come
tea.
from the right side.
Bob told me to get some
Easier.
tea, so I got some.
See? Very delicate touch, though. Very delicate. Very, very delicate. This is a time when the little knife would come in even better. So you can get back here with the little knife and get these little places. That little son of a gun just sneaks right in there. Either knife works very well. They both have the straight edges and they work very good.
I see the vision.
Take a little bit of blue and white. This is a little phthalo blue. Just a
I
touch.
feel like you need a little, like,
Just a touch.
we got to do a little bit of a different
Mix it up.
method here
About
because we
like so.
can't get, you know.
That's good.
Ooh, that
Cut
looks
across,
ugly.
and once again we have that small roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife, so you can see it's right on the end. There you go. Now then, decide which peaks farthest away. If this one's in the background, put a shadow behind this one first. Just a little tiny shadow. Then a shadow here. Let it
Oh,
come
we're
down
blue?
distinctly through. See there? Distinctly through.
I don't know, Bob. That made my
No
mountain
pressure
look
at
worse.
all. Think in your mind that the only thing touching canvas
Oh,
is that
Bob,
little
I don't like
tiny
that
roll of
decision.
paint. And each little highlight
I'm gonna use my
needs a
knife.
shadow. If it doesn't have a shadow, it won't come out and play with you. It'll just leave you.
Yeah, I'm gonna knife that off.
Okay, now then. Sometimes it's fun to play some games. All right, clean dry brush. I'm going to tap the base of this, following the angles. I want to create mist. Now lift upward very softly. 3 hairs and some air. Over here, follow these angles. Lift, lift, blend. See, it just softens that son of a gun right down there.
So soft.
Okay, now then. Maybe, see, you can change your mind. Now, maybe there's a peak that lives right here. And if we want to make this one look like it's in front of that, by diffusing that first and then bringing a line distinctly down, it'll push all that back. But that little misty area is the only thing that separates those. So cherish it. It's your good friend. Maybe this
is my good friend.
You can take this anywhere you want it to go. Anywhere you want to go. But notice all the angles of highlight or light color are in the same basic direction. Same basic direction. Because light's only going to strike at a given angle coming through here. Sing.
Yeah, same given
you're a sunbeam,
direction.
just wandering around here and having fun. Okay, now we need a shadow back here. Everywhere there's a highlight, we have to have a shadow. Just a little shadow. Just a little happy shadow. It lives right back here. See how that pops right out? Comes your friend.
Yeah.
It's easy. Just a few little rules.
That's a
Mountains are
whole
just
other color.
geometric shapes.
Like it.
Highlights and shadows. And you can make some of the most fantastic mountains you've ever seen. What's great for practice and to give you experience is just take a canvas and start at the top, paint mountains from top to bottom. And you'll learn more. Oh, it's a super way to practice. And by the time you're finished, you'll be good friends with the knife. Okay, tapping the base, following those angles again. Now you want to save that one line right there. That's a distinct line that separates these two entities. Save that. Lift upward, very gently. Whisper light. You don't want to destroy, you just want to diffuse. Over here, follow these angles. Save this line. That's a distinct line that you need. Give it a little blend. And you've got one very effective, yet very easy.
I think my mountain's good,
and I
Bob.
knew you could do it. Tell you what, let's have some little footy hills that live right in here.
Some footy hills?
For that, let's mix up some color. Shoot, we had this mountain color.
My knife?
That was just some Prussian blue and some midnight black.
Oh, beautiful.
We'll put some Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson. Just a little touch of sap green. Don't want too much sap green. I'm gonna reach over here and find some white. And let's see what we got here. You got to put a little white with it to know what you have. It's very difficult to tell. A little more blue in there. Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
Just sort of play with the color till it gets like you want it. I'm looking for a color that sort of a bluish gray, maybe with at least a little hint of green. It's too far away to have much green. Okay, now we can lift it up like so. Okay, let me clean the knife. And today, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's use a 1-inch brush, and I'll just go right into that and just pull it through. Just load a little paint on it.
Emo, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Just like so.
Wait, are we doing a knife or a brush, Bob?
Now you have to make a big decision here. Where does your little foothills live?
Now, where do they?
Maybe let's start right in here. Maybe just using the corner of the brush.
Where do yours live?
Maybe they just come right down. Here they come.
Okay. Oh shit! Right.
Wherever you want them.
Crayon.
And just sort of pull it straight down.
Yeah, crayon's the right
turn it
choice
over. Use
here.
the other corner. If one
Definitely crayon.
gets empty, you can turn it over.
Here's our footy hills. Oh, beautiful. This is a little more red. He told me to go for like a green blue.
Right in here?
So I don't know why his are like
save
red.
That mist that's between the foothill and the mountain. If you kill that misty area, these foothills are going to look like they're right up against.
I think we did very different colors. You know, hamster, I think you pulled the 21 months. I appreciate.
Now then, time to wash your brush. I've put off washing the brushes till I'm about to run out.
I don't think I'm going to wash my crayon, Bob.
Give them a good shake. And just beat the devil out of it. Now,
beat the devil out of it?
I want to create mist at the base of this foothill.
I like my crayons with the devil.
Here, all we're going to do...
Can I keep the devil in my crayon?
Pay attention here to the angles. This foothill is going to sort of be coming down this way. Just like so. There we go. See how soft that makes the base of that little son of a gun look?
Yeah, little son of a gun.
Now give it gentle little upward lifts. Gentle, gentle, gentle. All right. Now then, maybe we'll put one coming down this way. Same color, only darker. Same color, only darker. So,
Yo,
as
righty,
things get closer to you in the landscape,
months
they should get darker in value. Little darker in value as they get closer. And you just mix these colors on your brush. Shoot, no big deal. A little green in there. Not much green, it's too far away, okay? Now maybe this one lives right along in here somewhere.
Got it.
There he goes.
Far away foothill, way over here.
There he goes. See, this one's a little darker, so it'll stand out. Now sometimes you want to make something that looks like little individual trees. You can just take a brush and turn it on the end, see? Pull down, and it makes a little more distinct things, depending on the effect that you want to achieve. Maybe this comes right on down. You just sort of have to make a big decision and decide where it lives.
It's a lot of big decisions. That's a lot of pressure, Bob.
That easy, though. And I'll show you something that's fun here. Maybe you decide in here, maybe there's a little separation, and this one comes right on down here. See, you can sort of pull them apart and make more than one.
That's such a good decision, Bob.
That easy. And you just take them wherever you want them to go. Isn't that a super way, though, just to make some happy little foothills that live back here in the distance? Maybe over here this one comes up a little. I don't know. Whatever you think. Whatever you think, you just put them in. Okay. Now then, with our 2-inch brush, still paying attention to the lay of the land, we can sort of begin tapping this just wherever you think it should go. There. Don't want to destroy this little line, though. If we're going to keep that in, we'll go in between there and just tap with the corner of the brush.
Gotta
to
change
soften.
mediums.
Like so. Okay, then short little strokes, lift straight up. Even if this comes down the hill, lift it straight up. Straight up, straight up, straight up. Always.
I think this is too much,
lean
Bob.
to the
I'm
side
going to
and
start
look,
losing
it'll
my
look like
distinction.
little trees far away.
Do not
Look
destroy.
Like the wind's going 1,000 miles an hour and about to blow them away.
What?
There, straight up. There we go. And then very lightly, just blend it.
You got more. Wait. Oh, we're supposed to do blue?
Okay, but isn't that one super way
Let me
to make
change.
some happy little foothills? And they're that easy. That easy. Tell you what, let's do. Let me find, there it is. There it is. Can't find my brush.
We
you know.
decided we needed
When you get
less of a
old,
line, I guess,
The
now.
mind's the second thing to go. Okay, we'll take some of that dark color. We'll use some black, some blue. I want this to be very, very dark. Black and blue, we'll get some little brown, little sap green.
I had to wash
This
my
should look
crayon.
black.
Bob
It shouldn't
said
be
to
so
beat
dark.
the devil out
Now
of it.
pull this brush through the paint, and as you pull it through, wiggle it. See? Wiggle it. And then sharpen it. That'll bring the brush to a super sharp chisel edge.
Okay, sharp brush.
Super sharp edge. There you can
I
see
have a
it's very sharp.
calligraphy brush.
And the only reason it's sharp is because you have so much paint in there. It's
Is that
literally
what you
just
want,
stuck
Bob?
the
Like this
bristles
kind of
together.
brush?
Okay, now then, maybe back in here, way back in the distance, there's some little evergreens that live. Now, the only way to make these show is to save this little misty area. So touch it with just that nice chisel edge. See here? Don't kill that little misty area that's in between.
Okay.
And every so often, reload your brush to bring it back to a nice sharp edge. And you can begin dropping in all kinds of just happy little distant trees. We're not looking for distinct shape yet. They're too far away still. Too far away. When they get closer, then we'll worry about individual shapes. Right now, all we're trying to do, there, just sort of tap. Isn't that fun? Super
no,
neat
it's
way
supposed to be in my hand.
A lot of trees. Now, if you get them too far apart, let's just do some here. See, if you put them like this, they're very rapidly going to look like telephone poles or a fence post.
Oh, we
if
don't
that happens,
want that.
Just put some more in there. Just means you don't have quite enough.
Thanks. Bob said I needed
Not
tea.
quite enough. There we go. See, reload your brush frequently. And maybe as they wander out here, they get a little bit bigger. And by making them bigger out here and smaller toward the center, it'll create the illusion of a little pond here. You'll see what I mean in just a second. But sort of let them get bigger toward the outside edges, and it makes a wonderful effect.
Oh, bigger.
A wonderful effect. It'll make you happy. And if you're interested in selling paintings, that's what'll sell them.
Really?
Okay, now it doesn't matter if a
Bigger
little bit of
trees?
that color comes down because we're going to have water, so this will
You
just
heard
end
it
up
here.
being
Big trees.
just happy little
It's your
reflections.
art soul.
There we go.
Who's gonna buy this NFT?
But now, one of the things when you're painting, the more planes you have in a painting, the more depth, the more distance that you'll have. Your painting will look deeper. So come right up here a minute. Look up close. Let me show you. Look at all the planes that we
Mine
have
looks
here.
nothing like
This
that.
one right here, where these dark trees, and then this.
My
this one,
foothills are way too small.
another one, and then you have several different planes in the mountain. Now, if you can zoom back a little bit and take a look-see, when you look at all these planes independently, look at right there, look at the depth that's in that already. And it's caused only because of all of these various planes in your painting.
Right.
And
I see
that's
it.
what'll make a happy buck. Now
Make a happy buck.
let's create some reflections right here. Let's take 2-inch brush, decide where you want reflections to be, grab,
2-inch?
and pull straight down. Because these trees are short, just have
There's my
short
marker.
reflections here.
I think
as you
that's a
work
marker.
outward, let them get a little longer. Trees are a little taller, reflections a little longer.
He changed the
See
color.
there?
I can't
Go out the
blend
other way,
like
just pull
Bob
straight
can,
down
so I
now.
have to
Straight down,
be a little more blue.
straight down. Isn't that a super easy, nice way to make fantastic reflections? And you can do it. You can do it. And very lightly, come straight across. And instant reflections. Show you another little trick. This is fun. Maybe you want to create another plane in here. You can do that simply by just taking a little, doesn't matter as long as it's a light color. We just whatever happens to be on the palette. Now watch right in here. Maybe you want to show another little plane. Touch here with the fan brush and lift upward. It'll make it look like little tree trunks far away.
What?
But it also begins creating the illusion of another plane in the painting. See it? Looks like a little bank back here. And it also looks like little tree trunks.
You want me to
Hundreds
draw a
of little
bank?
tree trunks. Isn't that sneaky? And the more of these you put in, the better it'll look. The more planes that you have in your painting. Now, if you get one here that you don't like or it's too bright, all you have to do is work it in, and all that dark color back there will eat it up. Let's build a little water line.
Little
For that,
bank
I'm going
right
to take
here.
a touch of the liquid white and put it on a palette. Just pull it out and then lightly cut across. That's all there is to it. See, there's a little bit of paint right up on the top here. Okay, now go up here, use a firm pressure, and all we're going to do is just cut in a water line. Use a firm, keep these lines basically straight. Basically straight. See there? Just cut in a happy little water line. wherever you think they should be. Wherever they should be. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that super?
All right, got my
You
paint.
can do it.
Then we need some white lines.
You can do it. See now a few little ripples here and there on the water. They too need to be straight. If they're not straight, the water will look like it's going to run right out of your painting. Cause you a lot of problems. Okay. Tell you what, let's
All
do.
right. Oh, this
Let's
looking
begin
good.
putting some foreground in here. Let's take a big bunch of the Prussian blue, black, brown, oh, I don't know, crimson, sap green. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Whatever you have.
matter.
Shoot, just drop it in
Whatever
there.
the
Dark
fuck
colors.
you want.
Dark colors.
Dark color.
Look at that. Might as well mix up a big wad of paint. Okay, let me clean off my knife.
Okay.
Today, tell you what, let's do. Let's use, we'll just use an old 2-inch brush. You could do this with a fan brush, 1-inch brush, it doesn't matter. I'll use a 2-inch today. Pull it through the paint, wiggling it. See, wiggle it. Other side, pull it through, and wiggle it. You need a lot of paint in the bristles, just like with a 1-inch brush, to bring it to a nice sharp chisel edge. Wiggle it, that loads the brushes, the bristles, loads the bristles. And by wiggling it and pulling it, it pulls the paint toward the end of the bristles. Then sharpen it, just like you would a knife.
Good.
Okay, look at how sharp that is. Boy, that son of a gun is just, you could shave with it.
Whoa.
Look at that.
You could shave with
Super
that.
sharp.
I want to try
Now
that.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there. Start with just touching the canvas.
Okay.
Use just the corner of the brush, just the corner, and begin pushing, making the bristles bend slightly downward. See there?
Oh, let me get my crayon. This looks
Look
like
at
a
that.
crayon.
Isn't that a nice little tree? And he lives right here in this brush. All you have to do is sort of push him out. Each time you start a new evergreen, reload the brush to a nice sharp chisel edge. Go through the same procedure. Let's have
He's
another
so
one.
fast.
Maybe he lives right there.
Bob, I can't
Just
crayon
make a
that
decision
fast.
and drop him in.
We have different mediums.
Wherever you want him. There he goes. There he goes. One of the questions I get asked quite frequently, what if I do a tree and decide I don't like him? Or maybe I'll make him taller. Watch here, watch here. Let's say, well, I hate to mess up his tree, but I want to show you this. It's a good tree. Maybe you want to make his tree taller. All you have to do is touch and come right back over the top of him. See here? And you just paint a bigger tree right over the top. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. And you have a brand new, beautiful
where's your
tree.
bake?
That easy. Tell you what, let's do. Let's have a tree on the other side too. Bring the brush back to a chisel edge. Nice and sharp. Okay. And maybe this tree, this old tree, maybe he goes almost all the way to the top of the canvas. Same way. This will give you some practice using a big brush, making some beautiful little evergreens.
Big one. Big daddy
This might
tree.
be my favorite
All right.
brush to do this with.
That might be too big.
It's so much fun. So
right, I'll just
often we avoid
rewind.
this brush because it's big, but it'll do some of the most beautiful little delicate
Bob, you ever
things.
use the undo button?
See, just you're pushing downward with the corner of the brush, just the corner. Just the corner. As you work down the tree, you push harder and harder, so you're actually using more of the brush. But just the corner and push down. See, down. I'm exaggerating now so you can see down. Like that. Okay? Now then, maybe we'll have some leaf trees in there. So pull the brush in one direction through the paint. One direction. Load it full of color. One direction. This is the same old dark color. Really pull it. Pull it. By pulling it in one direction, it'll generate a
He's
round
really a Harry
corner.
Styles fan, huh?
See, you pull it, and then that corner is round. When we touch the canvas, we want that rounded corner toward the
Sky
top.
and I'm making the
Let's go
same
right up here.
joke.
Maybe right here lives a nice tree. Nice tree lives there. Just push, bend the bristles upward.
My paint. Okay.
That rounded corner was toward the top. Just push and bend it upward. Okay, you have to make some decisions now. Where does this live?
I accidentally made my canvas
right
bigger.
Out here. Right out here, like so.
I feel like I need...
Whatever.
Whoa, wait, your trees are all the way down there, Bob?
It's your world. You make the big decision, throw it in. That was so much fun.
Wow, wait, why do you have so much green?
Maybe on this side, maybe there's a tree lives right in here. See, we don't have to separate these yet. We separate them with highlights. Right now, all we need are just basic shapes. See, just push, bend that brush up. And when you do it, don't let the brush slide like that. See the difference?
Bitch.
You get those, makes good swamp grass. We're not after that right now. Just push. There we are. And you just, wherever you want them, you can begin filling all that in. See?
Don't worry, we'll distinct these two trees with highlights.
Bushes and stuff right in here. Excellent, excellent place to practice. And we've got all that color blocked in. That easy. Maybe nice individual bush lives right there. Okay. Now then, let's make a few tree trunks here and there. And to do that, we'll take a little of the dark sienna, a little Van Dyke brown, and some white. Just pull it out very flat. Don't overmix. Leave it marble like that. Cut across. Get that little roll of paint. All those various colors will be in that little roll out here. It's all there. See there? Okay. Now then.
He told me to put a bank
right up
there.
In here. Just touch. Allow the canvas to pull off what it wants. Give it just a least little pull to the side. And you can put in just a happy little tree trunk wherever you want them. That easy.
Oh.
Maybe in this big tree over here. Here's a little trunk. You
still
don't have to
working
show
on
the
my
entire trunk
grass.
because the leaves are going to cover up places. You won't see all of it. Okay, maybe in this old tree here, there's a trunk lives. Wherever you want them. Wherever you want them.
Some people want some destiny.
Just take
Maybe you found someone who only takes cash only in the mountains. And
see, it makes it look like all kinds of little
delicate
buy sticks and twigs.
A piece of fruit from them.
People think you
so
work
you have to go to your
with a little one-haired brush.
local Chase Bake.
See, if you want them to be wider, stronger, turn the knife, and they'll get thicker.
All right, Bob, I need to.
And you can put limbs on trees or whatever you want. Just doing this.
Huh.
Most of these will be covered up, as I say.
Want me to do that?
Put a few on the other side over here. Just here and there.
Those trees.
Okay. Now then, over here, let's have some reflections. So take the big brush, decide where you want reflections and land to meet. Grab and just pull it straight down. Straight down. The liquid white is still wet. It stays wet for several days on a good canvas. And the paint will move. And you can turn what was land right into reflections. That easy. Then go lightly across. Okay. Let me grab an old 1-inch brush here. Now then, let's begin putting some highlights on all these things. I'm going to go right into a touch of the liquid white into yellow. Okay, yellow. I'm going to reach up here, be right back, get a little sap green. Maybe add a little black, dull it down some. There. You could just use black and yellow. Makes a beautiful green. I'm looking for a dark green color here.
I don't have a knife.
Dark green color. Bring it brush back to a nice, sharp edge.
Ooh, that is a green.
Very
okay.
sharp. Okay.
All right, I got you some. That's the color my bedroom was when I was like
I want to highlight these big
8
evergreens
years old.
using just the corner of the
I
brush.
really liked lime green, and my mom let me paint the bedroom lime green.
Sneak in here and put all kinds of little highlights. Don't kill all your dark areas.
Super obnoxious.
Evergreens are
That was pretty cool of my mom.
dark, so try not to kill all those dark areas. They're important, especially in evergreens.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe we're a little bit too lime
Don't want
green.
it left out. That easy. That easy. Okay, let's go over here to this other evergreen. While we're in the evergreen business, shoot, might as well get them all. See there?
As well.
Just basically using just the corner of the brush though, and not a great deal of pressure. If your paint won't come off your brush, add the least little touch of paint thinner. That'll loosen the paint up and allow it to come off easier. Thin paint will stick to a thick paint. Okay? Now then, we'll wash that brush off real quick. Give them a good shake, and off we go. Now we can begin working on these leaf trees. Back into the liquid white. And let's go right through some yellow and just a touch of green. I want this to be a nice shiny green. Now in your world, you make it whatever color you want, okay? Just want to show you how to create the effects. Pull that brush in one direction and get it full of paint. There's a lot of paint in there. The secret to this is to have a lot of paint, so you just have to barely touch the canvas. If you have to hit the canvas firmly or hard, then it's going to smudge. We pulled it in one direction, it rounds one corner. Look right up here. You can see how it's round on that corner. With that rounded corner to the top, go slightly above the dark, give it the least little touch, and just push slightly upward. You're just barely bending the bristles. It's a delicate little touch, no pressure. And then work in layers, working downward. See there? There we go. Down, down. Just decide where your tree lives and paint him in. That's all you have to do. But think about limbs that are projecting towards you. They're not just all going out the sides. And don't just hit it random. Look at it. Get a feel for it. One of the best things you can do is take some time and go out in your yard or go out in the woods and study trees. Make friends with a tree. Talk to him. Then you get to understand him. Look at what makes a tree look round. What gives it personality. I'm going to get a touch of paint thinner on my brush just to thin the paint a little bit. Okay, maybe right in here now. It's a happy little bush.
Whoa, why is his lake look so good now?
Very little pressure.
I'm trying so hard. He's just incredible.
Then a pretty little son of a gun. Add a little yellow ochre.
I love when he calls them a son of a gun.
A little touch of bright red. Just sort of mix color on the brush. Shoot for maybe back here. Ooh, there's a nice one. There's a nice one. You ought to be able to really see him. Little fireball. Nice little bright one, and a happy one. Maybe there's one that lives in front of him, pushes him back. Do the bush that in your mind is the farthest away. Do him first. Okay, now you can use the side of the brush and just push upward. See? Make all kinds of happy little grassy areas. Look at that. In a super, super way. Create all kind of little bushes. Work in layers here though. And notice there's a dark area. See the little dark area between each layer? That's the only thing that separates your bushes. Don't kill it. It's your good friend. Keep the camera right here. Let me show you. You can take the knife and come right back in here. And in these dark areas, scratch in little sticks. Just in the dark areas though.
When did he add that?
And it'll help
red
create depth in your paint.
When did he add that? I'm just like trying to follow along and
little sticks and
Bob's adding all the shit that I don't even know he's doing. I look and it's like, whoa. Detail.
And you haven't worked very hard. You hadn't hardly worked at all. But don't tell nobody that. That's our secret, okay? See? Painting's fun. It should always make you happy. Load a little more color on the brush. And maybe, let's do this one right back here. Here's a happy little bush. He lives right there. Got a little arm that comes out through there. Make up little stories. Talk to Talk to your canvas.
Joe Cartridge, thank you for the 2
Shoot.
months. I appreciate
People
that.
expect us
Thank
painters to
you.
be half crazy. It's all right. You can get away with it. Okay. Indian yellow, yellow ochre. Let's put some bright red in there too. What
Duke's
the
trying to get that sponsor money.
Now, as I mentioned
A
earlier,
sponsorship
when you're doing this at
with
home,
a bank.
you use the colors that make you happy. I want to use colors here that are bright enough that you can see them and you can
Okay,
distinguish
now there's
how
the
they're
orange.
made.
See, I only really have
There we
evergreens,
go.
Bob.
Because very
so
soon,
put
how
like
to
an
paint
orange
will become
bush
easy.
down here.
What's going to be hard is what to paint. That becomes the challenge. One thing that'll help you there, we have all kinds of instructional books. And there's a book for each television series, and each book contains 13 paintings with detailed instructions.
Sater, he
and
said just
hundreds
put
and
big
hundreds of
trees.
how-to
That's what
pictures.
sells.
It'll give you a lot of
He
ideas
knows.
of things to paint. And with what you've learned here, you shouldn't have any trouble at all. Any trouble at all. Or if you'd like, we have instructors that travel all over the country. We have certified instructors
See, look, he's selling right
that I
now.
personally have taught and trained and that we guarantee. And these instructors travel all over the country, teaching hundreds and hundreds of people the joy of painting. If you'd like to have an instructor in your area, let us know. Or let your local art shop know. Okay. There.
Look
Maybe.
at him.
Yep, there's one.
He's selling
Do one
out.
bush at a time.
But he's so
One
happy
bush
and
at a time.
don't even think
Just
about it.
one at a time.
Like, all right, Bob.
There's one.
Yeah, I'll go to my local art
That
shop.
little rascal. You're looking for that little lacy effect. Should you get a bush that you don't like, just take your knife, scrape it right off, just to a bushectomy. Scrape that little rascal off, put your dark color back in, and you can do it right over the
Yeah,
top.
this is
No
this
problem.
is streaming.
No problem at
All right, Bob. I think if I do
'Cause if you're
more,
not
it's gonna
happy
look
with something,
bad. So
Then you ought to
you
change it.
keep doing your thing.
There we go. There's another little bush lives right there. And maybe, ooh, there's a bright little rascal. Isn't it pretty? That really stands up nice. Tell you what, before we get too far along, let me see. We'll use a little small knife. It's fun for getting in here.
I'm impressed with how this
Maybe
turned
you
out.
wanna have-
Honestly,
Maybe back in here it lives.
it's
maybe
obviously
there's
not a
big rock,
masterpiece,
big stone.
but
Ah,
it did not
there
turn
it is.
out too
Just
bad.
use some
I
kind
thought
of
this was
light
going to
brown,
be a lot
little
more
dark sienna on it.
disgusting.
See, paint a big
I don't
old
know what
happy
we're doing
rock, and then
here.
we can take some, we can take some brown and some white, whatever color rock you want.
Oh, this is a rock.
Okay, still using the small knife, and just reach up in here, just like you were doing a little mountain. Just let this bounce along, and put some highlight on that rock. Isn't that a pretty little rock? See there? And he lives out here amongst all these bushes and trees. And rocks are just baby mountains with proper care and nutrition. Shoot, they'll grow up and be a big mountain too. Shoot.
What? That's not how mountains
Oh, we
work.
got
Bob.
brown going here. Maybe over on this side, let's put in a little bit of land. We don't want all these bushes to fall off in the water. We'll give them some.
Oh yeah,
we'll
they
give 'em
need
something
some
for a little
rocks to
foot
sit
to
on.
stand
You're
on
right.
here. Van Dyke brown, just like so. And we can use some brown. Shoot, a little touch of blue even in there. Graze it. Okay, brown, white, touch of blue. Just let that sort of bounce along. Make some nice high, look like dirts and rock, stones. Okay, if you want to make it shine a little more, you can take a little lighter color and just barely graze here and there. Just barely. That'll make it jump right out at you. Now then, with the 1-inch brush, see this is a very straight edge here. You can take and just pop in a little bush. Look at there, see? And that sort of pushes that back. Just here and there, just a happy little bush wherever you think they should live. Okay, back into our color. And let's put in a little bush or two right around here. Right around,
Oh,
see,
you meant
right around the
friend.
rock. One thing I'd like to mention, if you've enjoyed painting along with me on this instructional
See,
video
he's selling
tape,
out.
we have numerous other tapes by
See?
myself and a lot of other fantastic painters in just about every medium you can think of. If you'd like a free color brochure showing a lot of the tapes that we have, drop me a line. We'll be glad to send you one. Give you an idea of some of the beautiful, beautiful projects you can do in the comfort of your home with videotape.
No, I'm not shaming him for selling out. I'm
going to take just a clean knife and
I'm appreciating it.
And here and
just
there,
to be
I'm
clear.
Just scratch in just some sticks and some twigs wherever you think they should live. Wherever you want them.
All right.
A little bit of liquid white. And we can go under this area here of dirt.
That's how you sell out. That's how you do it.
Just cut in a water line, same way as we did in the back, keeping it basically straight. Basically straight.
Some lines?
Like so. Like so. See, you can go anywhere you want to go here, but you want to keep these lines as straight as you can. There. Okay, maybe there's a happy little ripple lives out here. This too should be straight. Okay, tell you what, let me get the liner brush. I'm going to put paint thinner on it. Paint thinner. Let's go right up here in the brown. You want this to be as thin as ink. This is paint thinner, little Van Dyke brown. Turn that brush. Turn it. It brings it to a sharp, nice sharp point. See? Okay, let's go up here. Now, this is a thin, thin paint. Maybe in here it lives a little stick or twig. Right there.
What?
Right here. And if this paint is thin, it will flow.
Oh, that's not thin.
It will literally flow right off your brush.
That is not thin. Wait,
if your paint won't flow, then it's probably not thin enough. Add a little more paint thinner to it. Sometimes I use a thin oil. That'll work quite nicely too. See, you got an old stick that lives there, and he's got a friend that lives over here. It's always old sticks in the woods. And it adds little details to your painting. Okay, while I have the liner brush, I'm going to go right into paint thinner.
Add one over here.
And right into the bright red. And now we'll do the most important part of the painting. Thin the paint once again until it's consistency of ink. Load the brush full. And let's go right down in here and sign our painting, just like so.
Oh, you want me to sign it now? Okay, wait. Okay, let me pick a good color.
Will flow. See? There we go. And I hope you've enjoyed this painting. It's a lot of fun. It'll teach you how to use the equipment. And it's very, very rewarding. And I look forward to painting with you again on other instructional videos.
Look at that!
From all of us here.
That was a nice art.
God bless.
Oh, God bless, Bob. It's beautiful. That was so nice. I did an hour-long special because I thought that the other ones are like 30 minutes. And that didn't seem like long enough. This was very good. Maybe we should do this more often. This was really fun. I gotta tweet that out. Alright, wait, so here's mine. Oops. And then I do need to grab, where's Bob's finished product? I just want to grab a picture of his finished.
And right into the bright red on other instructional videos. And until then.
Alright, we're just going to grab a screenshot of Bob's for the tweet. Uh-oh. Okay, we got that. I gotta let the people know. All right. I think we did a really good job, chat. I love this. This was a good time. Oh, I'm so relaxed now, too. All right. So here's the question. What do we do now? I was considering, you don't see a difference? Yeah, it looks pretty comparable. Yeah, I think my bank was a lot more outstanding than his. I He must have really made his bank off in the distance, but other people paint too. Wait, is there art in Discord? Art. Oh my gosh! That's actually good. Oh my gosh! Depp, what did you use for your? I see Carpy did. Can I share these on screen, chat? Do you mind? I don't want to share anything without people's permission, but. Okay, hold on. Look at that! For anyone who's not in the Discord. Look! Carpy did that. That looks so nice! I love this. And then this is Depp's. I love this. Depp, did you do this in MS Paint? Why does, because that looks like you used a spray can tool. What did you do this on? Okay. What is this, just like on your tablet? Paint tool set. I don't know what that is, but I just like see like this looks like a spray can type tool. So that's why I was like, huh. Another one? Oh my gosh! These are so good. Speaker, what did you use for yours? Hold on, let me stretch this out because it's a little bit bigger what I'm showing on screen. That's so good. Flip Studio Paint. Oh my gosh. Those are so nice. I love how different all these different interpretations too. That's so neat. I love that. Oh, yeah, we should do this again sometime. What episode was this, Bob Ross? I can share the video. Here, this is the, if anyone wants this, there's the link to the episode that we followed along with. It says Bob Ross 1 hour special, The Grandeur of Summer. That's the most information I have about which one. I love this. Thank y'all for doing this. I appreciate it. This was so much fun.